If this video saves even one life, it's well worth it. I'm Therien, and I've been an entrepreneur since I was 16 years old. I saw my first real income by age 23. Here are a few things that I've learned along the way. Even big businesses started small. Bringing great people into your team is about demonstrating that size really doesn't matter. People do. We are all in this together. Hey guys, today's a different video. And I wanted to shoot it because I hope it can help save some lives. So, give you a little bit of my background. Obviously, well, not obviously, but maybe. I've been working out most of my life. So let me give you a little bit of backstory and tell you this is about, please don't put your head in the sand, okay? Maybe I should get to the important points first. I went to the doctor about a month ago. I did my routine blood exam. And I discovered that my good cholesterol was a little bit low and my bad cholesterol was a little bit high. So bad cholesterol when it's high can clog your arteries. Good cholesterol when it's low is like a double whammy, right? Because your good cholesterol is what keeps your heart arteries clean and your bad cholesterol is what clogs up your arteries. So I didn't like it. And honestly, I've had a lot of family members die in their 40s and 50s on both family side, my mom's side and my dad's side, of totally premature cardiac disease and sudden heart attack. So my grandfather died very, very young. I believe he was 47 or 48. My dad might correct me, but that made my dad have to, at age 19, grow up and take care of his siblings, his very much younger siblings. Totally preventable. So I do everything I can right. As an example, right here in my desk, well, proof that I use it all the time because it's empty. I need to get another one. I do my omega-3 fish oil. I do my vitamins and minerals. I do everything I possibly can to stay healthy. So I think I look pretty healthy on the outside, but am I healthy on the inside? So number one, go do your blood screening once to twice a year because cardiac disease is very much a silent killer. Because I didn't like that so many family members died early in life, I did a degree, well actually let me back up. I didn't finish my degree because my daughter was born, kind of like life happens, right? But I was 2 credits short of getting my degree in cardiac rehabilitation, okay? And I did that because it bothered me. I remember, when my grandfather died and when on my mom's side and when other people died very prematurely, I can remember the horror and screams, when my mom got that phone call that my grandfather passed away. I can remember my dad being very upset when his brother passed away at 49 years old. And it bothered me, So I did cardiac rehab in school. Now I switched gears because I realized even though there's a big demand for cardiac rehab, working in a hospital wasn't going to get me where I wanted to go in life, which was to be able to help even more people. So anyway, I do everything I possibly can to stay healthy. Everything that I can. I exercise, I eat extremely healthy meals all the time, and I have no symptoms. I have no symptoms of cardiac disease. I have 0 symptoms that I could be in any trouble, any way, shape, or form. So I went in, I got the results. I looked at that, and yeah, for a few days it bothered me. It's like, damn it, I'm 49 years old, and the genetic component of this, because I know I'm doing everything I possibly can, is catching up to me. Because there's people who died in their 40s and 50s, right around my age, right? So I'm getting a little nervous about it. So I did that. And had I not done the blood work, I wouldn't have known. And here's what I want you to do. And I went and did it today, and it was one of the most pleasant experiences I've ever had. I got back with my doctor, and he said, Joel, we have to do a calcium score test. So write that down, guys. And this is appropriate for men and women, okay? Number 1 killer of women today now is heart disease as well. So I went today to do a calcium score test, and in the past I used to have to do it with contrast, meaning injecting like dyes into your body, and nobody likes going to the doctor, let's face it. Everybody hates going to the doctor, right? So I went and did the calcium score test. It turns out that they've improved it so much that literally I lied on my back, the CT machine went over me 2 or 3 times, I was under there for maybe 2 minutes, not even, and the test was done. So what a calcium score does is it can detect the amount of calcium in my cardiac arteries, okay? Now, if there's calcium in their arteries, studies have shown there's a direct relation to plaque buildup. Plaque is what clogs your arteries. And again, if you get too much plaque in your arteries, then you clog up your arteries completely, or one of your arteries, you can have a massive heart attack, right? So this is a precursor for them to say, Joel, your arteries, your cardiac arteries are crystal clear clean, or hey, Joel, there was some calcium buildup and it's of concern. Let's run a few more tests and see what we need to do. So two scenarios could happen right now, and to me, they're both positive. Let me explain. I could get the results and they could say, Joel, Jesus Christ, your main artery that feeds your left ventricle is 80% clogged. Now that's called the widowmaker. A lot of people who have heart attacks, if that artery is clogged and they have a heart attack, well, the left ventricle is one of the most important ventricles in the heart, you pretty much die instantly, or pretty damn close, okay? So here's why it's a positive for me no matter what. They could come back and say, Joel, your arteries are crystal clear. Let's do another test in another 2 years. You're good to go. Or they might come back and say, hey, Joel, you've got 2 arteries, 3 arteries, 1 artery that's 75, 80% clogged. Now understand this. You don't get symptomatic of having a heart attack until you're about 85, 90% clogged. So here's why I see it as a positive. Let's say they come to me and they say, Joel, we're glad you came here because you're a ticking time bomb. You could die in the next 3 weeks, you could die in the next 2 years. One of your arteries is 80% clogged, okay? So the good news is, medicine today, they could go in, they could put a stent in my artery, which will open the artery back up, and I'm back to being healthier, right? Or they could come back and say, you're perfect. And hey, I hope that's the outcome that happens. But here's why I say both are positive. Okay, let's say I do nothing about it, in 6 months or a year from now, I have a massive heart attack. 1/3 of people never, ever survive their first heart attack, okay? And that's terrible. You know, there's mothers and children and aunts and uncles and cousins and nephews that are gone without you, okay? They have to live the rest of their lives without you. If you survive your heart attack, so 2/3 of people survive, they stare death in the face. But the problem is, if you have a heart attack, there's no getting around. So when you have a heart attack, what happens is wherever the artery is supplying blood to the heart, it can't. And when the heart can't get blood to those necessary ventricles, or any part of the heart for that matter, whether it's the atrium or the ventricles or whatever the case may be, then that cardiac tissue dies. When that cardiac tissue dies, there's no coming back, okay? You can regenerate a little bit, but your heart is now damaged for the rest of your life, okay? You're gonna have scar tissue, and there's gonna be a certain part of the heart that no longer functions as well as it could. What does that mean in real life? Well, it means that the activities that you do, because your heart doesn't function as well, are gonna be harder to do. So let's say you are active like me, I could have a heart attack and then working out could be 1,000 times harder, where I'm just gasping for air because my heart doesn't work right. Or maybe the heart attack's so bad that my heart functions so poorly that I can't exercise at all. And then now I'm on all types of statins, I'm on all types of beta blockers, I'm on all types of medicine to help my heart function better. So just go get your blood work done. And if you're, in my age range, let's say 40 and up, I was so pleasantly surprised that this calcium score test was so easy to do. And now I'm gonna have the results, and guess what? If the results are terrible, I can do something about it. If the results are perfectly clean, I can feel good about it. But if I didn't do anything about it and I have a massive heart attack, if I live, well, I'm gonna be somewhat disabled the rest of my life. So I wanted to share that with you guys today, because I'm finding, sometimes I'm like, what do I share on YouTube? What do I say? How can I help people in any way, shape, or form? Well, that's what my life was about today. And it was a pleasant experience. And I know the outcome is going to be pleasant, because no matter what, I'm making sure that my insides are as healthy as my outside. So listen, If you want more content on how to live a better lifestyle, now that can include finances, because I've been blessed to run an amazing business. If you want to learn how to get in better shape, if you want to lose weight, whatever the case may be, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification button so that you get notified every time I put out a video, and leave me a comment if this helped you or a friend.